The story between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan has always been a fascination for fans. Ever since they starred in the legendary drama The Untamed, the two have not only been recognized as talented actors, but also as symbols of intimacy and emotional connection that are rare in Chinese entertainment. Their collaboration created such an unparalleled chemistry that fans have coined the name BoXiao as a form of love and support for their relationship, whether as best friends or something more. But behind Wang Yibo's calm smile, there's an emotion that's not easily understood. Jealousy. Not explosive jealousy, but jealousy that quietly burns from within. An unspoken jealousy, but one that is evident in the way he looks at someone who means a lot to him. Is it simply a form of concern as an old friend? Or is there a deeper, more personal feeling? It all started with a seemingly trivial moment. A public event full of camera flashes, reporters' voices, and the hustle and bustle of fans. In the middle of the crowd, Xiao Zhan is seen laughing heartily with one of his new co-actors. Their conversation looks so intimate, eyes gazing at each other, genuine expressions, and loose laughter like two old friends sharing a story. But in the corner of the room stood Wang Yibo. His gaze was sharp, focused. The camera nearby captured a facial expression that had changed drastically. Eyes that were usually flat were now filled with emotions that were hard to hide. His face tightened, his lips pursed, and his shoulders looked stiff. There was a storm brewing inside her, and the sensitive fans noticed it immediately. The 15-second clip suddenly went viral. Chinese and international social media were abuzz with speculation. Hashtags like #IboJealous, #Xiao look at him, and #BoXiao were trending within hours. Fans discussed every little movement in the video. They rewatched it frame by frame, comparing Yibo's expressions in previous moments and figuring out if there was a change in demeanor after the interaction. One comment that received thousands of likes wrote, "Look at the way he's staring. It's not just jealousy, it's fear. Fear that the person he's been guarding all this time could turn away." Another commenter added, "Yibo's expression is like someone who is watching his home being taken." Shortly after that moment, things got even more awkward. When Xiao Zhan finally returned to Yibo's side, the atmosphere became quiet. There was no warm conversation as usual. Yibo just looked down, fiddled with his fingers, and occasionally glanced at Xiao Zhan, then hurriedly looked away. It was all clearly captured and further fueled fans' curiosity. A few weeks later, in an interview that started out casual, the interviewer suddenly asked, "How do you feel seeing Xiao Zhan now closer to the new actors?" Yibo, who is known to be quiet and calm, replied in a low voice, almost like a whisper, "He can get close to anyone, but I hope he doesn't forget who was always there from the beginning." The answer was jarring. No drama, no crying, just a simple sentence full of meaning. A sentence that implied sadness, hope, and a sense of belonging. The internet exploded. Snippets of the interview were shared across platforms, with speculation running wild. Many fans began to gather evidence that Yibo had indeed cared about Xiao Zhan for a long time. From old videos showing him quietly correcting her microphone, holding his body back from bumping into her while walking, to his consistent protective attitude. Even at press conferences, he would often make sure the empty seat next to her was available as if it was only for one person. BoXiao's fans began to compile a timeline of their relationship. They compared past interactions, looked for patterns, and believed that what was happening wasn't just fan service. There was something more personal, more emotional. Some even said that The Untamed was just the beginning of their story, a meeting point that later turned into a story that time and distance could not separate. According to them, the expression of jealousy is just the tip of the iceberg. Underneath, there are a variety of emotions that may not be able to be expressed in words. The quiet Yibo, who rarely showed feelings, suddenly looked fragile. Not because he was weak, but because he was afraid of losing someone who had filled a special space in his life. Some fans wrote poetically, "When Yibo sees Xiao Zhan laughing with others, he doesn't just see laughter. He sees the sun slowly moving to someone else's sky." There was speculation that since the incident, Wang Yibo had become more vigilant. On numerous occasions, he was seen standing closer to Xiao Zhan, interrupting conversations with other colleagues, and even throwing glares at anyone who got too familiar. At one point, when a reporter tried to tease Xiao Zhan's closeness with his new co-star, Yibo simply smiled faintly, a smile that implied 1,000 unspoken meanings. On the other hand, Xiao Zhan remains her cheerful, warm, and friendly self to everyone. However, fans believe that he noticed the change in Yibo. Perhaps he let it happen. Perhaps he enjoyed it in silence. Because isn't it true that sometimes love doesn't need a confession, it just needs to be felt and understood by two hearts that understand each other? Jealousy, in any relationship, is not always a sign of weakness. In this context, it is an unspoken language. It's a fear of loss, a wish to remain first, and a desire for someone we care about not to turn away. And if it's true that Yibo feels jealous, then it proves not only how precious Xiao Zhan is to him, but also that love, in whatever form, can never be completely hidden. One fan writer closed her article with a touching line. That jealous look is not an act. It's a window into the heart of someone who is speechless, but wants to be heard. So, is this all just fan service? The wild imagination of fans? Or is it a kernel of truth that cannot be hidden, even when wrapped in staged professionalism? One thing is for sure, for Wang Yibo, Xiao Zhan is not just a coworker. He is someone who has become an important part of his life. And for those of us watching, every look, every silence, every jealousy caught on camera is proof that love, even in its quietest form, will still make a sound.